You spend every day trying to prove your worth to everyone around you, but the exhaustion only grows because your brain is stuck in a chronic state of social defense. Living to prove yourself is a trap. The weight is becoming unbearable. Constant resting does not help you feel better because the problem is not fatigue, it is a hyperactive nervous system that treats every silence as a threat of rejection. Why does rest never feel enough? Your safety depends on your silence. To break this cycle, you must shift your brain from defense to presence, and I call this practice the silent grounding method to stop the urge to explain. Ready to stop the cycle today? Here is how we begin. First, we will remove the symptoms of social anxiety, and then we will build your internal foundation using the radical presence technique to ensure lasting peace. We are building a new foundation. Let us look at the mechanism. Every time you justify your choices, you signal to your brain that you are guilty, which reinforces the belief that your existence requires a constant apology. Stop apologizing for your existence. The habit runs very deep. The urge to explain is a primitive survival reflex designed to keep you within the safety of the tribe, but in the modern world, it only creates walls. Is your survival reflex hurting you? Silence is not a threat. When you remain silent after an action, you reclaim the energy that usually leaks out through your words, allowing your nervous system to finally feel secure. Silence is where your power lives. Try this for 1 minute. The mechanical reason for your anxiety is a spike in cortisol every time you perceive a judgmental gaze, but we can lower it through physical grounding. Can you feel the ground now? Your biology can be retrained. This method does not require you to change who you are, it only asks you to stop the leak of your self-worth into the hands of others. Keep your energy for yourself. Let us master the technique. We will now begin the first step of the radical presence practice, which involves identifying the physical itch of the desire to justify your behavior. Can you feel the urge rising? This is your turning point. To master the technique, you must learn to notice the silence that follows your words, treating it as a safe space rather than a void that needs to be filled with excuses. Can you feel the safety in silence? This is where healing begins. The second step of the method is the 5-second pause, where you consciously hold back your explanation and observe the physical sensation of the urge to justify yourself. Just 5 seconds can change everything. Watch the urge slowly fade. Your brain will initially react with a surge of cortisol, signaling a false alarm of danger, but this is simply the old survival mechanism protesting against your new freedom. Your brain is only playing a trick. Let the false alarm pass. As the chemicals settle, you will notice a rare sense of internal weight. This is the feeling of your own authority returning to your center for the first time. Can you feel your power returning? You are no longer drifting. We will now practice separating your identity from the opinions of others, using a visual exercise to see these judgments as passing clouds that do not touch you. They are just clouds passing by. Observe them without reaching out. The technique of the layer-by-layer release involves identifying one small area of your life where you will stop explaining your choices entirely, starting with your food. Start small to build great strength. One choice is all it takes. When you do not explain what you eat or why you are tired, you stop the leak of your energy and begin to build a reservoir of inner peace. Stop the leak and feel the peace. Your energy belongs to you. This practice builds a muscle in your mind that allows you to stand in a room full of people without feeling the need to be understood by any of them. Are you ready to be misunderstood? It is the path to freedom. Every time you choose silence over an excuse, you are telling your subconscious that your worth is non-negotiable and requires no evidence to exist. Your worth is already a fact. Now let us go deeper. We will now examine the 3 most common triggers that pull you back into self-justification and how to recognize them before you even start to speak. Can you see the traps ahead? Let us name them now. You are peeling away the layers of expectations that others have placed on you, revealing the quiet strength that has always lived underneath your need to explain. Strip away the heavy social masks. Peace is hidden within you. Every time you release a layer, you notice that the world does not collapse, and your value remains intact despite your refusal to justify your choices today. The world survives your silence. Your value is still there. A steady core of light begins to form at your center, representing a version of yourself that is grounded and does not require permission from anyone to exist. Permission to exist is already yours. Let the light grow stronger. This is the end of the first technique, and you are now prepared to learn the full 4-step algorithm for maintaining your boundaries in any social situation. Are you ready for the algorithm? Step 1 starts right now. The first step is the internal stop, where you notice the physical tension in your throat and choose to pause before a single word of justification escapes. Catch the urge before it speaks. Now move to step 2. Step 2 involves a sensory check-in, where you feel the contact of your feet on the floor and the air moving in and out of your lungs. Feel the ground beneath you. Connection brings you home safely. Step 3 is the breath of choice, where you inhale deeply and recognize that you have the right to remain silent without losing your connection to others. Breathe in your right to silence. Final step is the smile. Finally, step 4 is the conscious silence, where you look the other person in the eye and simply smile, allowing the conversation to move forward without excuses. A smile is your shield. Watch how the world responds. Imagine using these 4 steps when a coworker questions your schedule. You feel the tension, breathe, and simply state your decision with calm and quiet confidence. Confidence does not need an explanation. Practice makes the habit permanent. This algorithm is a tool for your freedom, and practicing it daily will transform your social interactions from a series of trials into a simple flow of presence. Turn your trials into flow. You are free to stay. To deepen your practice, we must now cultivate the internal observer, the part of you that watches your thoughts without getting caught in the drama of your excuses. Who is watching your thoughts right now? Meet your internal observer. Instead of acting as your own defense attorney, the observer simply notes the rising panic and says to itself that a feeling of guilt is present right now. Stop being your own lawyer. Just observe the rising guilt. This shift in perspective allows you to see that your need to justify is just a weather pattern in your mind, and you are the stable ground beneath it. You are the ground, not the storm. The clouds do not define you. By practicing this observation daily, you build a gap between the trigger and your response, giving you the freedom to choose silence every single time you feel judged. Can you find the gap today? Choice is your ultimate freedom. Now we must address the common trap of aggressive silence, which happens when you use your refusal to explain as a weapon against others instead of a shield. Is your silence a weapon or a shield? Avoid the trap of coldness. True freedom is soft and does not need to punish the other person for their questions. It simply holds its own space with warmth and quiet dignity. Dignity is found in softness. Keep your heart open. You may feel a sense of coldness at first, but this is often just the shock of setting a boundary for the first time in your entire adult life. Setting boundaries can feel cold. It is just the first step. This feeling will pass as you realize that you can be both firm in your silence and kind in your presence at the same time during any interaction. Kindness and firmness can coexist. Experience the balance today. A common mistake is thinking you must explain why you are not explaining, which only leads you back into the very cycle you are trying to break. Do not explain your silence. Break the loop for good. We will now explore the specific feelings of guilt that arise when you stop justifying yourself and how to process them without giving up your new freedom. Why does freedom feel like guilt? Let us process this together. The guilt you feel is not a sign that you have done something wrong, it is simply the sound of an old social habit breaking under the weight of your new freedom. Guilt is just a habit breaking. Listen to the sound of freedom. You must allow yourself to feel this discomfort without rushing to fix it, because every second you stay silent you are teaching your brain that you are safe. Can you sit with the discomfort? Safety is built in silence. This phase of processing is where the real change happens, as you shift from a person who seeks permission to a person who owns their own internal space. Own your space without apology. The shift has already begun. We are now moving into the scientific foundation of this practice, looking at how your dopamine levels change when you stop chasing the high of social approval. Are you addicted to approval? Let us look at the science. Research shows that the brain's reward system can be retrained to value internal consistency over external praise, leading to a much more stable sense of long-term happiness. Happiness starts on the inside. Consistency is your new reward. When you stop explaining, you lower your cortisol levels because you are no longer in a state of conflict with yourself or the people around you in the room. Lower your stress with silence. Conflict dissolves in your presence. Oxytocin, the hormone of connection, actually increases when you show up as your authentic self because people can feel the honesty of your quiet and steady presence. Honesty creates a deeper bond. Presence is the highest truth. This chemical shift makes it easier to maintain your boundaries over time, as your body begins to prefer the peace of silence over the noise of justification. Choose the peace of silence. The noise is fading away. You are now entering the final stage of your transformation, where the practice of not explaining becomes a natural part of who you are in every single moment. Silence is becoming your nature. Final integration starts now. Let us review the journey we have taken together, from the exhausting need to prove yourself to the quiet and stable power of simply being exactly who you are. You have come so far. The path is now clear. To stabilize your transformation, we will now look at how your new state of internal groundedness becomes an unshakable part of your character in every daily interaction. Is your peace unshakable now? The core is finally stable. You no longer feel the need to explain your past or justify your future, because you realize that the present moment is the only evidence you ever need. The present is your only witness. Past and future fall away. This internal shift allows you to handle even the most critical voices with a quiet and steady smile, knowing that their judgment is just a reflection of their own noise. Can you smile at the noise? Their judgment is not yours. You have become a source of peace for others, because your refusal to participate in the game of self-justification invites them to also put down their heavy shields. Your peace is now contagious. Invite them into the silence. We will now set the final challenge for you, which is to spend the next 24 hours without offering a single word of apology for your personal choices. Can you go one day without excuses? The challenge begins this moment. Notice how much energy you have left at the end of the day when you do not spend it on the exhausting work of building social defenses. Where will you spend your energy? The reservoir is finally full. If you fail or feel the urge to speak, simply return to your breath and the observer, remembering that every moment is a fresh chance to start over. Start over with every single breath. Failure is just a lesson. Your journey from living to prove yourself to feeling grounded through letting go is now complete, and you possess all the tools needed for a life of freedom. You are finally free to be. The tools are in your hands. Take a final look at the person you were before this journey, and realize that you have outgrown the need for their heavy and suffocating social armor. Do you still need your armor? Leave the heavy weight behind. Go forth into the world with a quiet heart and a steady presence, knowing that you are enough exactly as you are without a single word of justification. You are enough exactly as you are. Freedom is your new home.